We're asked to make choices every single day. Sometimes they're big decisions, like do I buy a house or should we try for a baby? Sometimes they're small ones, like what should we have for lunch today? But what if I told you that some of the most important choices you can make in your life are ignored time and time again? You'd probably consider this for a moment and then completely disregard it, wouldn't you? We're constantly bombarded by information, and it can be difficult to sort the fact from the fiction. Like many elements of nature, we will often choose the path of least resistance. This is perfectly normal. As a species, we've been conditioned to operate this way, but there is another option. Cognitive dissonance is the term used when our thoughts and beliefs choose to follow the widely accepted concepts of something and disregard all conflicting information that doesn't fit that narrative. In doing this, we protect ourselves from the notion that the world we live in isn't as it seems. It helps us separate everything into neat little boxes of good and evil, truth and lies, accidents and premeditated. Now at this point you're likely thinking one of two things. You're either curious about where this is leading, or you've already reached the conclusion that this is yet another conspiracy theory nut on the internet and I'm about to start waffling on about 9/11, the moon landing and how we live on a flat earth. This is not one of those videos. This is a wake-up call. When did we sacrifice our minds? When did we stop having our own thoughts and ideas? We surrendered it willingly. Most of us didn't even realise what was happening until it was too late. For many more, they're still asleep. They haven't even realised that they've been enslaved. We sit night after night, our eyes transfixed to the TVs and computer screens, silently digesting the narrative that has been crafted for that day, that story, that event. We're told what to eat, what to love, what to hate, how to feel, and what is good and proper. We trust the voices that bring us this information, often familiar and friendly. They are let into our homes night after night, so there's no reason to ask questions. But when did these voices, these wolves dressed as sheep, become so important to us? Why do we trust so implicitly, never asking why, when, or who? Should we really be placing so much trust in these strangers, these puppets for the people behind the cameras? We no longer challenge their versions of the truth, and those with the loudest voices will always be heard and believed. Don't you want your mind back? Are you not a free human being, free to decide without direction? A bomb explodes, a plane hits a building, a man is murdered on the street, and instantly we are told all that we need to know. It was religious, it was terrorism, it was whatever they want it to be. But what if it wasn't? What if you were being lied to and the true story, the one that is hidden from us, is far more terrible? Would you want to know? Would you want to see the world differently if it meant that everything you have ever known to be true was in fact a fabrication? A cliche it may be, but take the red pill or the blue pill, you must. Those who question the official dialogue of mainstream news reporting are branded as crazy conspiracy theorists, unhinged fringe members of society who dwell in the darkened basements searching for things that aren't there. It's easy for those with the loudest voices to discredit others, belittle them, force people to make a distinction between us and them, and you don't want to be seen as one of the crazies, do you? Just listen to what we tell you to think, like a good little drone. Whether you believe in an almighty God, evolution, or that we are nothing more than a cosmic dream, one thing is agreed upon. We all have free will. The power to think for ourselves, to question and analyse. And question we must, because the path we are headed down leads to a very different world, and I'm not sure I want to be a part of it. I don't want to turn to my grandchildren years from now when they ask why. Why didn't anyone stop them? I'd rather fight and die on my feet than surrender on my knees, a slave to a corrupt system that consolidates me into nothing more than a resource to be exploited. I want to hold my head high and say I did fight. I resisted with all my might. I resisted because I knew what they were doing was wrong, but I am only one man. My voice is too small to be heard. Apathy is our downfall. The job just seems too big, and perhaps it is. One candle cannot illuminate a great hall, but fill that same space with 1,000 flickering flames, and suddenly the shadows retreat. The oppressive darkness is forced into the corners, pushed from sight, and somehow seems less frightening. Let each and every one of us be a single incandescent flame. Together we can shine a light onto the shadows and force them back. We're stronger than they want you to believe. Never forget that.